There is no denying the world's most successful people are all early risers. That's why the moment you turn yourself into a morning person is the moment you'll begin to get unfair advantage. The question is how can you make that consistent in terms of this habit? Well, there are 3 mindset secrets that allow you to do just that, so be sure to pay close attention. Now, just before I share with you these strategies inside it, I just want to quickly mention this. It's important that you do get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every single night. And by quality, realize you want REM and deep sleep. That's really what you want to be tracking. And there are different gadgets out there. You probably come across rings, or you can get watches nowadays that tracks your sleep. If you really want to take this seriously, I suggest that you look into tracking your sleep and making sure you get the good quality sleep. That way, your body naturally wants to wake up because it's had the right amount of sleep. Is that making sense? So be sure to just bear that in mind whilst I'm sharing with you these 3 powerful mindset secrets. Without further ado, let's go on to the first one, which is you got to change your language. What you tell yourself, the language that's being used, is dictating your reality right now. And if you truly believe deep inside that you're not a morning person, realize the strongest force in human psychology is the need to remain congruent with your identity. Meaning, you're trying to change everything on the outside, but you're not trying to change the thing that's actually dictating this behavior. This being the label you've decided to wear based upon the language patterns you're using in your subconscious mind every single day. Mind your language. Mind your language every single day. You want to be careful with what you're telling yourself, especially first thing in the morning. Because I tell you, joggers don't need to question whether or not they need to go on a jog. Bodybuilders don't need to question whether or not they go to the gym. Smokers don't need to question whether or not they're going to smoke that pack of cigarette. They just do it. Why? Because this is their identity. So you want to begin to change your identity to a morning person. Start telling everybody your future in advance. That's the fastest way. There is no resistance when you change your identity. I used to smoke a lot back in my past because I used to take a lot of drugs, and I won't get into it right now, but I had a very shady past in terms of that because I was hanging around with wrong people. And the fastest way I found in terms of getting out this rut I used to be in was to change my identity. Because every time I tried to quit smoking, I was a smoker that's quit, meaning there was resistance. But the moment I changed my identity to I don't smoke, there was no resistance. And I told everybody I just don't smoke. Now nobody offered me cigarettes. So you want to tell everyone I am a morning person. You want to put that on your mirror. You want to put that everywhere. Put that on your wallpaper. Put reminders that go off on your phone. You are a morning person. If you really believe that deep inside, and by the way, it's through affirmations that becomes the reality. Just like how you've got maybe some blocks in your life right now, such as I'm not productive. You've just told yourself that enough times that your subconscious believes it. When you change the stories that's happening here, your life changes. So first, change this language that's happening in your subconscious mind. The second is you want to get emotional. Now, I don't mean start crying right now, unless you want to cry with me. What I mean is when you've got enough emotion, that leads to motion. Think about the times in your life where you finally decided to change something. You woke up one day and you're like, you know what? Enough is enough. Like for me, when I was taking drugs, it got to that point where my health was deteriorating every single day. Taking, like literally consuming alcohol, you name it, different classes of drugs. It got to that point where I was just like, what am I doing with my life? What's happening in that moment? It's emotion. And when that emotional drive is strong enough, big enough, decisions made. And that's a commitment this time. This isn't maybe, this is I will change. Because if I don't change, this will happen. Think about most people who stop smoking or, stop eating junk food because the reason why is their doctors may have said to them, if you continue, you're going to die. What happens in that moment is the emotional drive is triggered in their mind. So you want to think about reasons in regards to why you want to change. Most people are driven to avoid pain. So you want to come up with at least 10 reasons in regards to what's the negative consequences if you don't change? If you remain waking up as a late person in your life? What were the big consequences on your business, on your life, in your career, in regards to your relationship? You want to begin to list it. If your emotional drive is strong enough, commitment is made. And that commitment is no longer one of those where you kind of default back to, lying, where you told yourself you're going to do something, but you don't do it. You just got to get that emotional. You want to get emotional. You want to begin to really sit down and ask yourself, what would it allow me to achieve? What would it allow, if I continue the way I'm going, what would happen to me 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line? Because it seems like it's okay in the moment, right? But the problem is you've just not been doing it just for a moment. You've been doing it every single day. We tell ourselves these lies. One day we will quit doing this. No, one day happens right now. It's either one day or day one. Isn't that true? So that's the second step. Get emotional. And the first step, this is what personally saved me today. Okay, and this is why I want to realize as a high achiever, a lot of these strategies, it will seem obvious, good, but you need reminders. And I do too. And this is why I got coaches in my life, mentors in my life. The third step is to burn the bridge. What do I mean by that? You want to get somebody to hold you accountable with some form of forfeit. Now, whatever you do not get a friend or family member to hold you accountable. They are the single worst people because they will let you off. You want somebody with a professional relationship. So for example, this morning, I wasn't about to go to the gym, but I'd already paid for the personal trainer to show up at 6 a.m. And I was super tired because on the weekends I'm with my coaching clients and so forth. So what ended up happening? Well, back of my mind when I woke up, I was just like, I'm not sure if I want to go in. But then I was just like, oh, I've burnt the bridge. And on top of that, not only have I paid for the personal trainer, I also told my personal trainer, if I don't make it to the gym at least four times this week, I will end up having to give you more money. So now there's more pain involved. Burn the bridge. There are plenty of studies that's proven that your level of follow through will always increase when you burn the bridge. By 95%, studies by ATSD has proven. So you got to make sure that you burn the bridge, get somebody to hold you accountable, and you've got some form of forfeit that will happen if you don't follow through with this new habit. So those are the 3 steps. The first step inside it is to change your identity. Just mind that language that's happening there. The second step is you want to get emotional. When your emotional drive is strong enough, it leads to motion. The third step is you want to make sure that you burn the bridge, get somebody to hold you accountable. That way you cannot fail. That's cultivating an environment in which you win, and you're a winner deep inside. So own that from the heart. Let me know in the comments box below in regards to your biggest takeaway today, because by actually acknowledging what you've learned, you're more likely to lock into your subconscious right now. So be sure to post in the comments box below your biggest takeaway, just 3 biggest takeaway. What is it for you that you're going to take action on? And also like this video if you like this video. If you're new to our channel and you want to learn how to empower yourself and achieve more in your life, be sure to subscribe to this channel and turn the notification bell on, as that way you'll get the latest uploads as well.